We're back. We finished charting Waymaker in D, and I went back through off camera and fine-tuned a little bit more of the details here and there, just kind of listen for things like guitar parts, duet parts, just whatever you think you can add in here that would be important to the musicians that you are working with for them to know, and that really matters a whole lot. But for now, we're going to talk about transposition as soon as I get us back to the right chart. And if, say you have the song's originally in D, but you have someone who thinks, well, that's great, but I can't sing that quite as high as the original artist did. So if you want to move that quickly to another key like C, you would save the file, which I've already done here, is like change it to the key of C. You can call it not done if you want to. And then you want to go and do what's called a find and replace. So you go up here and click on replace. And then what you're going to do is take every capital letter D and replace that with a C. And there's a little box down here that says more. If this is not already checked, you want to open that and check match case. Otherwise, it's going to try and replace every small d that it finds. That's not what you want. So you click on Find Next, and it sees this D chord here. We're going to hit Replace and change that to a C, and we're going to do that everywhere that's appropriate. So you can see things being underlined here. We'll replace that, and 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 that D and that D, but we'll not replace this D down here in pre-bridge, so we'll hit Find Next instead, and then we replace the next D. And you get the idea. We don't need to replace the D in interlude, but we want to replace the chords. So we keep doing that. Then we replace this one, and eventually it says we're done finishing. We finished searching the documents, and now we go back and we will replace all of these G chords. We're going to lower that a whole step to F, and we'll do Find Next, which is there. Replace that. So you totally get the idea. I'll go ahead and finish this out. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. So we don't want that to be FOD, because that would be just wrong. So we're going to change that back. I don't remember what the undo button is, so I'll just do that by hand. Find Next. Don't need to fix that either, but we'll replace this and this and this, not that. And you again get the idea. And we're done finishing the document. So the next chord, this A, is going to get changed to the G, because that's a whole step down. So we'll start replacing those. That A gets changed. And we're finished searching the document. Next chord to fix this B minor is going to get changed to an A minor. And we're going to gamble that everything, every time it says B minor, we can just switch that to an A minor. So we'll just hit Replace All, and it does that 20 times. And I don't think it changed any of the words, just the chords. I think we're in good shape. So at this point, you start looking at the chords. In your mind, you go, do these chords seem to match up with the actual song? And normally you would go back and play a transposed version of the song. You can transpose it from PCO, from Planning Center Online, and just have a piano or something nearby if you can't just hear it, and check and make sure that these chords line up. So it looks like this should be okay. You do want to make sure that the chords still match up over top of the right words. Sometimes you have to move them around just a little bit so that they still fit in the right places. These look all right to me. We'll check this first. Move that up a little bit, move that back a little bit. If you're not sure about where things are in context, make sure you're listening to the song. If you can do that just in your head, that's great too. We can make this a little bit smaller here while we're here, so it doesn't need to take up that much space, and move this forward just a little bit. And I think we can take this, and now I see an error. It said this F sharp we forgot to replace. This F sharp should be an E, but there's only a couple of those, so rather than using the find and replace feature, I'm just going to type them in. And it looks like they're lined up in the right spot over the words. That needs to be there. I think that needs to be there. Normally you would go back and check and listen to everything. These chords look right. Oh, I forgot about this. We have the bridge, but the chords look right. I think that's okay. That's all good, obviously. And then we have a couple extra F sharps in here that we need to change to E's. And fix where these are in context, and then I think we are good to go. Save the file, always save the file, and at that point we would be done.